Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today is a fantastic Friday, and we have so much to discuss regarding our favorite Port Charles residents. Grab a snack and get comfortable, because we are diving deep into all the explosive drama from today's episode. Oh my God. I cannot believe they did that. I am literally typing this up so late at night because my adrenaline is through the roof and I need to get this out of my system before my head explodes. I mean, we all knew Carly was going to walk right into a trap eventually, but seeing it actually play out on screen, my jaw is completely on the floor. That ending scene at Windermere with Ross Cullum cornering Carly, pure, unadulterated soap opera perfection. I've been watching this show religiously since 2015, and this is honestly one of the most stressful, nail-biting cliffhangers they've given us in months. I haven't even started with you, Miss Spencer. Are you kidding me? The absolute menace in his voice. I had to rewind it 3 times just to process the sheer panic on Carly's face. Because let's be real for a second here. Carly never, ever listens to anyone. Valentine literally looked her right in the eye, gave her all the warnings, and explicitly told her to stay away from the island. He told her exactly how dangerous this situation was. But no, she just had to go snooping around Windermere. And I get it, okay? She's a mother desperately looking for Jocelyn. Any mother would do the exact same thing if they found their daughter's dropped ring and realized she was being held hostage in a creepy castle dungeon. But walking into Windermere completely unarmed, with zero backup, and unprepared? Classic Carly Corinthos behavior. She always thinks she can talk her way out of anything. But Cullum is not one of her usual Port Charles adversaries. He is a cold-blooded, highly trained killer who does not care about her mob ties or her history. And Cullum knows everything. He is not some random street thug. He knows she was the one who broke Valentine out of Steinmauer. He knows all about her deep ties to Jack Brennan and the WSB Underground. He probably knows what she had for breakfast this morning. So when Carly puts on that innocent, wide-eyed look and tries to play dumb, it is kind of hilarious but also deeply terrifying because it is absolutely not going to work on a guy like Ross Cullum. Remember when they tried this kind of hostage situation with Jerry Jacks or even Ryan Chamberlain? Carly always barely scrapes by. But Cullum feels different. He feels lethal. I am dreading what happens on Monday. Is he going to throw her in the sub-basement cell with Jocelyn? Or use her as leverage against Sonny and Valentine to get what he wants? I know some people on the forums are loving seeing Carly get her comeuppance, but personally, I am terrified for her safety. Wait, I'm getting way ahead of myself. Okay, back to the point. Can we talk about the absolute masterpiece that is the Jocelyn Jackson Liesl Obrecht dynamic down in that captivity compound? I am sorry, but I am completely obsessed with this pairing. Who would have ever thought that throwing an unconscious Liesl into a sub-basement cell with Jocelyn would strike absolute gold? The writers really cooked with this one. And the chemistry between these two characters in a high-stress environment is just phenomenal television. Jocelyn is really stepping up here, and I am so here for it. She is not just sitting around crying, waiting for a man to rescue her. She is actively strategizing like a true Spencer Corinthos. When she told Liesl that their only power right now is to stall, brilliant. She is so right. They are trapped under Windermere, completely at the mercy of Jen, Sidwell, and Cullum, who are trying to violently force Liesl to finish Caesar Faison's cold fusion weapon prototype. Since Britt is on the run with Rocco and can't do it, Liesel is their only option to complete this doomsday project. Jocelyn, recognizing that their captors need Liesel alive and working, is the smartest thing she has done in months. And Liesel, listening so intently to Jocelyn, just shows how much she desperately wants to protect her family. She knows she has to stall. She has to protect Cassius, who is currently playing a very dangerous double agent game by faking that escape with Sidwell. And she has to protect Britt, who is out there somewhere in the wind. Plus, Mayor Laura Collins officially shut down the helicopter route to Spoon Island. So maybe they are lacking the raw materials they need to complete the prototype anyway. If Joss and Liesel can just drag their feet, break some equipment, and sabotage the work, they might buy enough time for Sonny or Jason to rescue them. Remember when they tried a captivity storyline with Anna down there? Yeah, this feels 10 times more high stakes because of the Caesar Phazon cold fusion element. Phazon's legacy is still haunting this town, and Liesel is caught right in the middle of it. But speaking of high stakes and bad decisions, let's pivot to Carly's kitchen because I am losing my mind over Valentine and Charlotte. Valentine making stern demands? I know you two are close, but I need you to stay away from him. Like, does Valentine not remember what it's like to be a rebellious teenager? Does he not know his own daughter at all? Telling a Cassadine teenager to stay away from a Morgan teenager is basically guaranteeing that they are going to run off and cause absolute chaos together. It is the Romeo and Juliet of Port Charles mob families, and Valentine just handed them the script. And of course, in the very next scene, we see Danny outside Bobby's pulling Charlotte into a scheme. I need your help. My heart literally skipped a beat when he said that. Danny is in so much trouble right now, you guys. Ross Cullum wrongly suspects that Danny was the one who shot him, even though we all know it was Rocco Falconeri who pulled the trigger. And with Jason locked up in WSB custody at an undisclosed location, Danny has literally no adult protection right now. He is desperate, scared, and running out of options. So he turns to Charlotte. I kind of love this teen Bonnie and Clyde energy they have going on. But I am also screaming at my screen for them to just go to Dante or Laura. They are going to get themselves killed playing spy games. General Hospital spoilers say they are making a plan, and I am dreading it. They are going to go up against Cullum or Sidwell, aren't they? It's going to be a total disaster. And Valentine is going to absolutely lose his mind when he finds out Charlotte blatantly disobeyed him. We are watching a train wreck in slow motion, and I literally cannot look away. Okay, taking a deep breath. Let's move over to Cafe Cherie, because Nina and Ava's conversation had me literally yelling at the television screen. Nina delivering that ominous warning to Ava, you could be in danger. Yeah, no kidding. Nina, Jen Sidwell is on the loose, and he is a total madman. I mean, did anyone actually think Sidwell was going to stay behind bars peacefully? And Ava having a guilty conscience? I'm sorry, but Ava Jerome brought every single bit of this onto herself. Am I the only one who remembers how she was practically throwing herself at Sidwell just a few weeks ago? She was hanging around him, playing with fire, ignoring all the red flags because she liked the power and the attention. And now she is shocked that she got burned? Sidwell literally shot her own nephew, Lucas Jones. Ava has a long, documented history of making terrible choices with dangerous men. Morgan, Ryan Chamberlain, Nicholas, and she never, ever learns her lesson. Her feeling guilty now is just the consequences of her own actions finally catching up to her. And let's not forget, Sidwell is only on the loose because he and Cassius, who is pretending to be Nathan West, which is a whole other complicated mess, faked that escape. They made it look like Sidwell's men clocked Cassius in the head so Sidwell could go on the run from the PCPD. Nina checking in on Nathan and actually believing his injuries are real just proves how deep this deception goes. Sidwell is a massive, lethal danger to everyone in Port Charles right now, and Ava sitting there feeling guilty over a cup of coffee is just too little, too late. She needs to do something to help take him down, not just sip her latte and look worried. But wait, stop everything. We have to talk about the absolute biggest bombshell of the entire episode. I am still reeling from this. Christina Corinthos Davis finally sitting her parents down and dropping the hammer. She is leaving Port Charles. She is officially going to medical school in California. I gasped so loud my dog woke up. We have known this was coming, but seeing her actually break the news was a totally different experience. The look on Alexis's face when she asked, "You're moving to California?" was just gut-wrenching. You could see her entire world tilting on its axis. And Sonny, looking like a lost little boy, just asking, when? Oh my God, I needed a whole box of tissues for that scene. It was so raw and so emotional, you could physically see the heartbreak washing over them in real time. The acting in that scene was absolutely top tier, and it just broke my heart into a million tiny pieces. Because you have to remember the context here. People, this family is still actively, deeply grieving the loss of Sam McCall. They are shattered. Alexis has barely held it together, and Sonny has been spiraling out of control for months. And now they are losing another daughter to the opposite side of the country. It is just wave after wave of tragedy for the Davis girls and Sonny. I know some fans on the forums are complaining that this med school storyline came out of nowhere, but honestly, I completely get it. Christina has been through absolute hell over the last few years. Remember the Shiloh and Dawn of Day cult? The Parker drama? And most recently, the devastating, soul-crushing loss of the baby she carried as a surrogate for Molly and TJ. That kind of pain fundamentally changes a person. She said she wants to honor that baby's memory by becoming a doctor. And I think that is a beautiful, albeit heartbreaking, way to write Kate Mansi off the canvas. She needs this fresh start away from the mob violence and the constant family trauma. I'm going to miss her so much, but I am entirely here for Christina finally doing something healthy and productive for herself. She deserves a chance to heal, even if it means leaving her family behind. So yeah, this episode was a total emotional roller coaster from start to finish. From Carly facing down a literal killer, to Jocelyn playing mastermind in a dungeon, to teen scheming, Ava wallowing in her own self-inflicted guilt, and Christina breaking her parents' hearts into a million pieces. I am exhausted, but in the best way possible. This is exactly why I have been watching for years. General Hospital is firing on all cylinders right now, and next week is going to be absolutely insane. How is Carly going to talk her way out of Cullum's trap? Will Danny and Charlotte get caught? Let me know what you guys think in the comments, because I clearly have too many thoughts and I desperately need to sleep.